Hello everybody, this is White Wolf, and I wanted to give you guys a brief update of what I was tapping into, on what information that I was getting, and these cards that I pulled from Angel Therapy and Angels and Ancestors. So the one thing that we need to do at this time is understand that we need breathing space. And what I mean by breathing space is that realizing to give ourselves that time of ease and that time where we don't have to place everything everywhere, and we don't have to have everything right here, right now, that we don't have to really rush anything in our lives. So with this quick video, what I wanted you guys to do is to visualize success. So generally when you visualize success, you are visualizing an intention, and that intention gives you the feeling or the sense of accomplishment, or that sense of fulfillment, of that sense that you've achieved whatever you need to achieve. But it's not the achievement itself, but it is something that the feeling of the achievement, the feeling of the success, the feeling of how great it feels and how empowering it feels to visualize that success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So, a lot of the times we feel as if we're based on outcomes, as if the outcome has a direct correlation to how we feel in general, but we're not based on outcomes because we don't see an outcome. We only see success and bliss and energy. And understanding that if we change the cause and effects, if we change the way that we're causing things to happen, it will have an overwhelming effect. So another thing is that realizing when we're trying to let go, we're trying to let go of our past. We feel stuck in our past. We feel stuck in a paradigm. We feel like we're having the same life as our past lives. So our past lives help us deal with our past, and they help us deal with the present so that we can finally tap into the future. So this is a past life issue. So this is a brief energetic update. This situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. So this is a multi-dimensional meaning. This means a whole plethora of things. You understand that I need to learn and release and have breathing space and heal from not only my past, but my past lifetimes. Maybe you were a murderer in a lifetime. Maybe you were a carpenter. Maybe you were a politician in another lifetime. Maybe you were that in this lifetime. So healing our past is healing our past lives. And healing our past and our past lives help us tap into the here and the now and the ever present. So it allows us to tap in to the future without having to be there, but we're in the present, and now we're not lingering within the past. Now that we're fully present, we understand that our past lifetimes allow us to see how we can be in this lifetime. It's like I was watching a movie called Infinite, and they had the recognition they were in another timeline, another dimension, another point in time, that time signature, that timeline, that time lapse that they were in at that point in time, whatever skill it was, whatever they were doing. If they were in a car chase, they remember that they were there, and they remember that they were the I am presence there, they were the consciousness there. So that's what we get from our past lifetimes, and we're able to not only channel knowledge from our past lifetimes, but to understand that if we had the life of a samurai back in our past lifetimes, we can channel that knowledge. We can be that knowledge. We can actually see it for what it is and become it and channel that knowledge and implement it in a very positive way. So another one is the arrow. A lot of the times you guys will see arrows being sent with a note to you. Sometimes an arrow is a significance of strength, courage, resiliency, and also the arrow signifies that you should surround yourself with protective energy. There's a lot of energy when you go to the store. There's a lot of energy with your family. There's a lot of energy just everywhere all the time. And sometimes even if someone is in your house, you have to clear the energy. Sometimes you could be in a funk. Like earlier today, I was in a bit of a brief funk where I was triggered and I was angry, and I had dark circles around my eyes. And it was because I was going through something very quickly and rapidly. And then all of a sudden, when I started to cut wood, I released and I was in more bliss and I was more happy. So what we need to do with ourselves, and sometimes it's just stuff we have to go through, which was my case, but surrounding yourself with protective energy means is that you're tapping into that electromagnetic kinetic source energy field that cannot penetrate. You have an impenetrative awareness. Your awareness cannot be penetrated. Your alignment cannot be penetrated. Your source of energy cannot be penetrated. So when you understand this principle of the arrow, you want to protect yourself because you're a temple of God. You stand in your authority. You set boundaries. You put copper within the perimeter of your home. Like on outside, that's what I did on this 5-acre plot here with my girlfriend. So I put copper everywhere. And I said this in the last video, but you're going to hear it again. So because we have to speak blessings over ourselves, like if we hear some bad news, we can't just go like, oh, I'm going to sink down back into that negative perspective. You have to speak blessings. You have to speak victory. You have to speak resiliency in the face of adversity and challenge and trials and tribulation. So when we realize that we can be that essence of light everywhere we go, we should always be in the know that we're around energy all the time. That there could be energy in a movie that you're watching. There could be energy with your landlord coming over. There could be energy trying to attack you in your sleep. Sometimes in your home, you have to bless each part of your home, like your windows, your doors, and even spraying holy water if you need to, or clapping, or snapping, or if there is something in your house, burn sage and also, clap or speak light language, or even get the Bible out. I know that sounds a little churchy, but it's really not, because everything is truth. It just comes from a different source. So protecting yourself is very, very, very essential on the spiritual journey with this quick energetic update. So this is another card I got from the Angels and Ancestors deck, and every one of these cards are the Angel Therapy deck, if I'm going too fast. So wise one, grow within your current situation, meaning that expanding within your current situation, knowing that you can blossom wherever you need to blossom, knowing that there are always seasons and there's always change within those seasons, and knowing that you're always going to come out better than you were before. You are never the same person that you were before. You are never the same person that you were yesterday. You're not the same person that you were 5 minutes ago. You're not the same person that you were 10 minutes ago. So every time you have to stay present and understand that everything comes in due time, but it's not necessarily being patient, and it's not necessarily waiting, but it's riding the wave and riding it out and just staying dedicated and understanding that the true fulfillment is being happy where you are, because purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. You have to understand that you're always purifying where you are coming from instead of where you're going, because where you're going is that oasis of light. It is that great beyond. It is that great consciousness, I am consciousness, that is waiting for you, the golden arches, whatever you want to describe it with, meaning that you can always choose to grow and have renewal and have accelerated growth in your current situation. So don't wish that you were in a different situation. Always try to perfect the current situation so that the next situation you're in, the next phase that you're in, becomes much better. So the last one is Law of Attraction. These are Angel Therapy cards by Doreen Virtue and Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. So Law of Attraction, everybody wants to know about the Law of Attraction. So relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. Now, this means that you're getting stale of your old reality. You're getting tired of your old reality. So now you're ushering into a new reality. You're becoming a new manifest being of Christ consciousness. Now you're tapping into another timeline. Now you're tapping into another version of yourself where you're able to manifest greater. Maybe you're coming into more power. Maybe you're coming into more authority, more leadership, more responsibility. Maybe you're making more money at a faster rate. Maybe you're able to conduct retreats even better than you were before when you were just doing your work online. Whatever it may be, those are just examples. But meaning that relationships, rather their friendships, partnerships, they always change and elevate and go into a different direction, because God Source Energy doesn't want you to stay at one point. So changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies, meaning that your chakras are more in alignment, meaning you're more aware of energies. And sometimes when we grow even older, we actually get triggered even more, but because now it's easier to get a grasp on how we can heal things and how we can get on top of it and how we can be more proactive instead of reactive. So now it's not always ideal to beat yourself up over this, because knowing that the law of attraction comes with the law of subtraction, meaning that you're taking things out of your life and putting new things in. That equals the law of addition. So now you understand that the law of attraction is you, and you are the fountain of youth, and you are the fountain of wealth, and you are what manifests and attracts everything, because you're a magnetic kinetic source energy. You draw things to yourself. So quit drawing things to yourself that you don't like. So start drawing things in a good way, and start bringing in blessings in your life, bringing in goodness in your life, bringing everything into your life. And then it will start to change. So now activities that you once enjoyed, you don't enjoy anymore. Start new activities. Relationships, if you don't like the relationship you're in, change that relationship, get new friends. Or even if you don't like being around a job that you don't like anymore, quit your job. Because a lot of the times when we don't take chances, when we're playing it too safe, when we're not willing to make spontaneous changes in our life, and we don't make any radical changes, then we don't really change. We don't really take it further, take another step, take another walk in the anointing. So every time that you make a video, or that you make a new version of yourself, make a new declaration, make a new goal that you're setting to yourself, understand that the law of attraction is not something that you do, it's something that you live. It's something that you are. So your manifestations are just you aligning your energy and everything precisely in a cohesive way to where you're drawing everything to you, and that you're pulling reality to you. You're pulling time towards you. You're pulling all of the things that you want by the power and the passion and the fire of desire, because you have the desire to go after it. You have the desire to pursue it. So the law of attraction is not something that you are. It's something that you live. It's something that you do. It's something that you can't teach, you have to live. So for a long time, I didn't think I manifested a lot of stuff. In all actuality, I manifested quite a great deal, and I got everything that I asked for. Because when you have those epiphanic moments where you really ask for something, and then abruptly everything in your life starts to change rapidly, very quickly, and it happens spontaneously, and it pulls you in many different directions, and so many signs and confirmations, and so many different realities commingling inside of one, and then you see that everything has a quantum leap. 1 year ago, I was not doing these kinds of videos. 2 years ago, I wasn't doing these kinds of videos. Right now, I'm doing these kinds of videos because I am at the state where I am and at the resonance that I am. But just think that it can always get better, and that it can always get more elevated, and that it can always just burst into a cosmic star blast. I didn't know if they wanted me to say burst or blast. Sometimes I say words and I don't know if it was the correct pronunciation, but then I realized that it's not about that, because it's the energy that changes everything. It's the energy that generates wealth. It's the energy that generates your clothes. It's the energy that generates the way that you carry yourself. It's energy that allows you to manifest. So thank you guys so much for this very brief update. I wanted you to get this kind of like a reading, if you will, or if it's just an update for you, enjoy. And I think I'm going to do a live on Facebook as well. Follow me on Facebook, White Wolf, the Oracle of Loveline Wisdom, my TikTok and Instagram, and a link down below. And also, my PayPal is there if you want to make an appointment with me. This is White Wolf. Thank you. God bless. And namaste.